Good morning, students, and a warm welcome to the digital classroom for Science and Technology Part 2. Students, I hope you remember that on 5th of July, we have started with the online sessions for all the subjects. And on the very first day, that is 5th of July, we had our Science online session in which myself and Poonam teacher, she takes part 1. We both have explained you the paper pattern. We had discussed with you the paper pattern, the varieties of questions which can be asked in each main question. At the same time, we had also discussed about the weightage of lessons, that is the importance of lessons to prepare for the board exam. Students, that time only I had told you that we were continuing with the lesson number 5 towards green energy. So now as we had finished with the lesson, today I am going to discuss with you the paper pattern, the different types of questions which are asked in the paper, the different types of sub questions which are asked in the different questions, how the marks are given or where the marks are cut, how the answers are to be written, how much is to be written. Okay, all these things I have discussed in very much detail in this lecture. In the weightage of lessons, you will be given two columns in the lecture. One is with options and the other one is without options. That is, with options, how many marks questions can be asked from the lesson, and without option, how many questions will be asked from the lesson. So everything is discussed in detail in this science lecture, and I hope it will be very useful for you. So let's start with the today's lecture. This again I had already given you in the classroom, but still we will revise it. Lesson number 1, heredity and evolution. 3 marks questions will be asked, and questions with options will be of 5 marks. Life processes in living organisms, part 1, 4 marks question, and with options 6 marks. Life processes in living organisms, part 2, 5 marks question, and total with options 7 marks. So this is the most important lesson which you have to study thoroughly. Environmental management, again very important, 5 marks question will be asked, with options 7 marks. Lesson number 5, towards green energy, 4 marks, and with options 6 marks. 6th lesson, animal classification. 7th, introduction to microbiology. 8th, cell biology and biotechnology. And 9th, social health. All these will have questions of 4 marks with option 6 marks. And the last one, disaster management, will be 3 marks question will be asked, and with options it is 5 marks. So with options, total marks will be 60, out of which you have to attempt 40 marks questions. So this is the topic wise weightage of the marks for science and technology part 2. Now the paper pattern. Now though the preliminary question paper was also based on the same paper pattern, but still, as I said, we have to revise certain things again and again. So the paper pattern is as follows. Question number 1, A will be MCQs, which will be of 5 marks each. There won't be any options. B will be objectives. Multiple types of questions will be there, which we will discuss in the coming time. And each question will be of 5 marks, 5 questions. Question number 2, A, give scientific reasons. You have to attempt 2 out of 3. And it will be of 4 marks. And here it will be 1 question from biology section and 1 question from the EVS compulsory, and the third one can be from any of the one. B part is answer the following questions. Here also attempt 3 out of 5 and it will be 6 marks. Now, in this question number 2, total you have to write 5 questions, 2 from A part and 3 from B part. So, you have to write 2 separately and 3 separately. You cannot write 3 from A and 2 from B. You have to answer 2 questions from A and 3 questions from B. Third question is answer the following questions. Here also variety of questions can be asked and you have to attempt 5 out of 8, 3 marks each and total 15 marks. Fourth question is answer in brief. It can be either one single question or it can be divided into parts. You have to attempt any 1 out of 2 and this carries 5 marks. So this is all about the paper pattern. Students, this is the question paper of board exam. The instructions are always written very carefully. So please follow the instructions carefully and answer accordingly. Now here the first instruction is all questions are compulsory. In Science and Technology Part 2, we have 4 main questions and all 4 questions are compulsory. There are sub-questions in these main questions which have the options, but all these 4 questions are compulsory. Second is use of calculator is not allowed. That is not at all required for Science and Technology Part 2. Third is the numbers to the right of the questions indicate full marks. That is the marks which are allotted to the questions. Now the most important instruction which repeatedly we have told you in the classroom also, but still in the preliminary exam we have found that many of the students, in spite of writing the correct answer, they have got 0 for this first A question. Now first A question is multiple choice questions. Now here the answers will be evaluated only of the first attempt. Many a times students, they write all the 4 options in different pages, but only the first attempt will be corrected and the remaining 3 will be crossed and they will be given 0. Now in MCQ, you have to write the alphabet for the correct answer as it is shown in the example. First A, second B, third C. If you write first the word, say mitosis or meiosis, whatever it is, or metal or non-metal, if you write the word, you will get 0. If you write only the alphabet, you will get full mark. If you write the alphabet with the answer, no problem, you will get full marks. But alphabets are compulsory. Marks are given for the alphabets only. Capital alphabets as given in the question paper, you have to write the same and as it is shown in the question paper. This is very, very, very important. Then the last one is scientifically correct labeled diagrams should be drawn wherever necessary. As you know that part B is maximum biology, and biology the diagrams are must wherever we have the diagrams. So please follow these instructions very carefully when you will appear for the board exams. Now we will discuss the varieties of questions which can be asked in the different 4 main questions. Now first A is multiple choice questions based on textbook, and even the experiments which are there in the journal, they can also be asked. So here no choice, 5 questions will be there and you have to answer all these 5 questions, and I have explained you just now, you have to write the alphabet, which is very, very important. Then only you will get the marks. Then B is 5 questions of 1 mark each. Here also you will not get any option. 5 marks, 5 questions. Now here the varieties of questions can be asked. Like first one, find the odd man out. Okay. Then complete the analogy or form pairs. Then true or false. Now here students, please be careful. If the question is state whether the following statements are true or false, then you will only write whether the statement is true or false. If the question is state whether the following statements are true or false and correct the false statement, then only you have to write the correct statement also. Otherwise, there is no need to write the correct statement. Please write the answers according to the questions. Next can be name the following. Flowcharts can be asked. Then match the columns or match the pairs. Here also A column you copy as such and B answers you write in front of the A column. Then who am I or identify me. These are the varieties of questions which can be asked in first B. Then the second one is A, give scientific reasons, any two, as I said, one minimum from biology and one from EVS, and the third one can be from any of these two. Out of 3, 2 you have to attempt, marks 4 marks, and with options it is 6 marks. Now for give reasons, as I had told you, that you have to write the answer in points, and if the question is of 2 marks you have to write at least 4 points. Okay. Then B is attempt any 3 out of 5 sub questions. Now here total 5 questions will be given and you have to attempt only 3. And please be careful that you write the question numbers as per the question paper. So out of 5, if you are attempting first, second and fifth, then write answer 1, answer 2 and answer 5. Now here also minimum 2 questions will be from biology and 2 questions from EVS and 1 can be from any of these 2. So here the varieties of questions which can be asked are distinguish between. Now distinguish between you have to write 4 points and here you have to compare the points. Okay. Then definitions can be asked. Diagrams can be asked. Now when the diagrams are asked for 2 marks, 1 mark is for scientifically correct diagram and 1 mark is for labeling. That means you have to label 2 important parts. Next is short notes can be asked, again where 4 to 5 points should be written. Then the chart or the table can be given and you will be asked to complete it. You can be asked to write the uses or characteristics or identify the symbol and the picture. And this will be of 6 marks, 2 marks each. The third question, you will get the options. You have to attempt 5 out of 8 sub-questions. Now here also students, write the numbers as per the numbers in the question paper. Here also 4 questions will be from biology and 4 from the EVS. Now the varieties of questions which can be asked here are give explanation using statements. Statements will be given and you have to explain the answer. You have to write the remedies or measures. That question can be asked. Then explanation of the diagrams can be asked. They will give you the diagram and you will be asked to explain it. Then complete the table or chart or the concept map. or they can even ask explain with the help of the examples. They can give an incomplete diagram, or they may not give the labeling, and you will be asked to complete the diagram and label the diagram. Or certain figures or diagrams can be given, and questions based on those diagram or figures can be asked. Or complete the paragraph can be asked, like fill in the blanks in a paragraph form in which you have to complete the answers. And these will be of 3 marks each. So 5 questions, 15 marks, and with options 24 marks. Now fourth question is, attempt any one out of 2 sub questions. One will be from biology and one from EVS. Now here either they can give a paragraph and the questions based on the paragraph can be asked. Either they can give you an incomplete table or chart and they can ask for the explanation. Or they can ask one single brief question and you have to answer in detail, supporting the answer with a diagram. Or they can ask you to draw a concept diagram and explanation. So this question will carry 5 marks. So either it can be one single question, or they can divide the question into 2 of 2 and 3 marks each. Or they can give you a paragraph and they can ask 5 questions based on that paragraph. So this was all about the varieties of questions which can be asked in all these 4 types of questions of your paper. Now students, with this I finish with the paper pattern and weightage of lessons. I hope that this lecture is very, very useful for you, and I hope you had gained so much of the paper pattern as well as the weightage of lessons through this lecture. Students, this is going to help you for the online assignments as well as for the exams which will be conducted throughout this academic year. And at the end of the academic year, that is just before the board exams, once again we are going to have a guidance lecture for Science and Technology Part B as well as for Part A. So if at all you have any queries, if you have any doubts, please keep in writing with you throughout the year. Either you can ask in the online sessions which we have for science on every Monday. Division wise we have the online sessions, or at the end of the year when we will be having the guidance lecture, in that also you can clarify your doubts. I am always there to clear the doubts. Don't worry. So all the best and take care of you and your family. Stay home, stay safe. See you next time.